All right, guys, this is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator, with the trade report for December 8, 2016, Thursday. Looking at the pre-market movers here, we've got Lulu and AMD gapping up this morning, semiconductor stocks. And then biotech is gapping down a little bit again. LABD is the inverse, and that's up, which would mean biotech is gapping down. And gold is gapping up slightly. If we look at the futures, flat on the market. Crude is popping about a little over 0.5%, 0.66, 0.83. So obviously that's good for us after yesterday's pullback. And then gold up the miners are up a little bit, even though gold is down slightly. That's interesting. Okay, let's get to SPY here. Huge breakout yesterday, up over 1%. That's always significant. We are getting very extended. And what's interesting is, as we get extended, we're getting a little pop in VIX, which doesn't happen often. And maybe the extension is creating fear. I don't know what it is, but when that happens, that's kind of an odd thing that happens. And I would expect a little bit of a pullback back here at some point. Now, tough to enter when the market is this extended. Now, we've got a number of positions here. So, ideally here, we're positioned for a move. It keeps going. If it keeps going up, we've got one short with Apple, or if it gets up another point, I may have to get out, and it's set to open down slightly this morning. But now if we look at IWM strong, up almost 1%, and the Qs are coming back big time. After lagging, semiconductors specifically are really starting to move, and we can see here with SMH, nice almost 2% move yesterday. So that fear, whatever caused this, that pullback, is basically over now. And I've added 3 semiconductor stocks and SOXL, the triple leveraged, to our watch list today. So semiconductors, very strong. Even big tech is coming back. So what does that tell us? Remember before I told you guys there was a rotation. No new money was coming in, so money had to shift. So it was going out of tech and into these other spots like steel, finance, that are running like crazy right now. But now maybe we're actually seeing some money coming in, although money did flow out of energy. But we're going to keep watching tech. We're going to keep watching the money flows going into the end of the year, and that will kind of guide us in terms of how aggressive we can get. Biotech got hit hard with the surprising news that Trump might go after the biotech companies. We'll see if that happens or not, but biotech obviously is not liking that. XLF financials still on fire. At some point, we've got to get a reversal, but remember, we're going to look for that reversal candle. DBB steel pulled back a little bit yesterday, or metals pulled back a little bit yesterday, although it was a mixed bag. A lot of the steels like X that are on our list, AKS, they continued to run. And again, we're looking for reversal signals to potentially take a quick short. Oil pulled back, which is natural. Now it's testing the 9. This is a key level for us. We want to see how it tests the 9, and then obviously, if it does pull back further, how it handles this gap fill here. We'd like to see it hold these levels and then continue its run up. And then XLE energy still continues to show strength even while oil is pulling back. So that's obviously a positive, and again, good for our OAS position, and maybe it's a clue for oil as well. So everything's looking good there. So that takes care of the sectors. Let's review our current positions and the new entries. So I took yesterday's opportunity to get into 2 positions here. One was ARG. This is an IPO in communication equipment. A lot of volume coming in, a lot of good volume after this one big gap down, or second day after a big gap down. But overall pattern looks good. We had this pullback, nice bounce off the 50, and now we got up over the 9. So maybe there's some consolidation here, but we're going to set our target. I said 25, which gives me 2 to 1. My stop's going to be right around the lows here, right around 25, but we could even hit this open gap up to about 27. So that was the first entry. And the other one was play. This is a little different setup than we've had in a while. I took it on the day of the breakout. The reason for this, we got huge volume coming in on a low float stock, and there's some short interest. So I'm thinking there could be a potential short squeeze here. Stop's going to be at the bottom here. So even if it does consolidate like a normal earnings breakout would, or pulls back like a normal would, we can hold through the pullback. It's okay if it pulls back here to 55, as long, obviously, as it reverses here and then goes up. So that was the idea behind play, Dave and Buster's. So a really nice breakout there, and we aggressively entered on the breakout. FCX pulled back in here. So we're watching how it holds that 9, and it did pull back on a little higher volume. So that might be a little bit concerning. OAS, high kite flag consolidation. We're looking good there. About our entry was at 1460, so we're looking really good there. Twilio, we're waiting for a comeback here. Still hanging around under the 9. We needed to break over the 9, and then our Apple short got back up over the 9. So another point in here, and I will get out of Apple, the Apple short here. So that's a recap of the current positions. We know what's on our focus list. A lot of that is extended. Remember, I'm still looking for reversals in X and FAS. Otherwise, we're going to kind of step back here, and we've got enough positions where we don't need to be really adding. But I'm adding some to the focus list. I'm adding some semiconductors, NVIDIA, back up over its 9, looking very strong. AAOI also back up over the 9 on a pickup in volume. Looking strong. Chip maker AMD breaking to recent highs here, again looking very strong. And then SOXL, the triple leverage ETF, looking really good. So I don't know if I'm going to add them, but we'll definitely be watching right now. Coal is looking decent after a pullback here. Arch, the IPO here, testing these highs, and once they break the highs, you often see a big run in an IPO, and it's right there at that 85 level. And then WLB pulling back to the 9 after a big run. SXC also looking very strong. So coal will be back on the list. And then surprisingly, I haven't looked at the news yet, but Twitter was up almost 7% yesterday and has remounted the 50-day moving average. So we're going to watch Twitter. Now, Twitter has faked this out a lot. We thought this was a big catalyst here, and then it gapped back down. So I'm going to be hesitant with it, but we are going to put Twitter on our watch at this point. So that's it for the trade report. There's going to be a lot of just managing positions here. Maybe I add something, but this is a really kind of market here. We have to take a step back now and just kind of wait to see how things play out, because we're so extended at this point. So that's it for the trade report. I'll see you guys either later today or early tomorrow.